All right, peace, family. We're here with viral hip hop's own Sam Ant. This is your brother, old God. Hip hop news, uncensored. Back again. It's been a long time since we, sat down and done one of these interviews, but we want to speak about a few topics we want to do to get y'all caught up. Jay-Z, he dropped part 1 and part 2 of the Rap Radar interview, which was huge. I want to get Sam Ant's perspective on it.
Appreciate you, oh God. Peace, peace, world. Hip-hop news uncensored. Sam Anthony here with Viral Hip-Hop News. So, yeah, man, Jay-Z dropped a real dope piece on Tidal, Rap Radar, part 1, part 2, basically giving his personal perspective on the album 444 and the topics surrounding the album, the questions that we all had, the obviously the takes he took at Kanye, the money phone, Beyonce, him addressing his mother, the production. He got real in depth about a lot involving the album, and it was very personal, a personal side of Jay-Z that we don't usually get to see. And it was very dope how he dropped it and how he gave us 2 hours of just raw Jay-Z, man. It was very awesome to see. Y'all can catch my perspective on that. I dropped 2 awesome perspectives on that. Oh, God, I'll drop a card up there right now, giving my perspective on the 444 recap, going more into depth about him talking about his mother and her coming out basically as a lesbian and her objective to that at first and her opposing to that. But then how Jay-Z almost had to tell her how awesome of a story it is and how much of a exceptional storyteller she is, and how I almost alluded to that being as you can see Jay-Z and how his genius, where it almost stemmed from him paying homage to that almost without saying it in so many words, and that's why almost that kind of a story wanted to come out. It was real interesting. You got to go check that out. Shout out to Tidal. Shout out to everything that Jay-Z has going on over at Tidal. It's definitely, I'd say it's hands down better than Apple, and we can go into depth about that. But yeah, oh God, to say the least, it was very dope.
Speaking of Tidal and Roc Nation, in an interview Jay-Z did on the Breakfast Club, a few years back, he kind of spoke on the necessity. He spoke on him working at Def Jam, and he spoke on, the reason why he birthed Roc Nation and Roc Nation Sports and Titles was because, pretty much, he said he was pretty much felt like he was restricted at Def Jam.
A lot of agents that feel like, well, what does Jay-Z know about sports management? And he hasn't done this and he hasn't done that.
Yeah, but they have that thing that, that belief that you can only do one thing. We don't have that. We're not inflicted with that disease. Mm-hmm. I can walk and chew gum. It's like it's insane to even say that. What does he know about sports? It's like everything, more than you. And as far as business, those guys have been they've been sitting around just doing the typical thing, right? They get an artist, right? Sometimes however they acquire the artist. I don't want to do that to them. However they acquire the artist, the athlete, they get them, and then they knock on the same doors. They go to Nike, they do the contract, and they sit back. They don't do anything else. Right. So they've been sitting around for 20, 30 years just not doing anything.
Same formula.
Yeah, so me coming, that's a problem for them because now they have to go to work. Now they have to wake up. Now they have to do things. So they don't want me around because now they have to do something for these athletes. And my whole thing is, for the most part, I'm going to do more for the athlete than they're going to do for me and at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. But I do this because it's an extension of the bigger goal. The bigger goal is to, for all artists to get their just due. Mm. Not these guys, not to get half-ass agents or people who rob them or people don't care about their finances. They don't even care about that. That's why those guys go broke in 4 years. It's like a shame. Right. Like this, it's the average is 3 to 4 years. We're talking about guys who signing for $90 million, $86 million are broke in 4 years. That's terrible money management. Mm-hmm. But because these guys don't care, they just taking whatever is going to get them a check, and they're not even worrying about all that. We're doing all of that. We're almost do that better. We're almost a better money management firm, and then agents.
Yeah, that's been an ongoing problem with sports, with athletes going broke. NFL,
that's their representation, not caring about
Artists as
anything
well
but that
too.
check.
But then you have people
Yeah.
who will say, "What does Jay-Z know about money?"
Yeah, right.
Nobody gonna say that.
Is that something you do for all your artists as well? Is kind of put them through some type of financial training and set
Yeah.
them up in that way?
Yes. Yeah.
When Master P was here, he said he would never do the sports agency thing again because athletes are too spoiled, and there's really no money in the thing. But I mean, I hear you saying it's a bigger purpose. You want to teach people how to
Yeah.
keep their money, basically,
Absolutely.
because it don't make you any.
Yeah. Not that it's all like this, philanthropic thing. It's a business as well. But again, I'm going to contribute just as much or more to an athlete's career than they ever give me.
Now, what made you decide to get up out of Def Jam as president? When you went over there to be president, and then I kind of felt like maybe you felt it just wasn't right for you to be working
You had
at
to make
the
room
label.
for Packers.
Yeah, Packers is coming up.
Packers is coming.
More so, I wanted to do more. I wanted to do more things than to make music. And in that position, I was in a position to foster artists' careers and just make money. And I was knocking on the doors of all the powers that be, and was like, yo, you understand? Like I can do more. Before this, Beats by Dre and all that, I was like, I could do things like that. I can identify companies. We'll go get Billionaire Boys Club. This is before it was part of our thing. I was like, we can get Billionaires Boys Club, and it's hot right now, and then all the artists want to wear it anyway. We let the artists wear it. I'm giving these guys like these elaborate, well, not elaborate. I'm giving these guys these simple business plans. And it was just like, no, just
Bring some artists.
bring some hits.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, then I gotta move on then, because my time now is being wasted.
Now, if you walk around with that chain all day, people are going to be asking you, what's the science? What's today's mathematics?
Yeah.
All day long.
By the way, this isn't even my chain. I stole it from somebody. Yeah, I'll tell y'all who got off camera.
Uh-oh. Stealing chains now? Is it a world star?
Not really stealing.
I know.
Does it mean anything to you, though?
Yeah, a little bit.
At Def Jam, and that Tidal, that basically he wanted to distribute his own music. He didn't want to go through channels like Apple. And me and you were talking, we were saying that like Tidal has totally got us sold at this point, with the free promotion that he did and everything. So explain Jay-Z talking about the necessity to birth Roc Nation and Tidal to compete with things like Apple and other streaming services.
Well, I'm going to go deeper into that, oh God. It's not just the Tidal. It's not just Roc Nation. You got Roc Nation Sports. You know what I mean? You have he's any brand that he touches, he wants to make it his own. He's not satisfied for going into the mainstream media or the mainstream market and having them take a piece of his pie. It's all about ownership for him, entrepreneurship. He wants to own his masters. He wants to own his sports. He wants to own his streaming. And it's very, very powerful and very, very, almost subliminal in how he sees a black image to be and how he wants to portray a black image. Now, we have a lot of naysayers and a lot of people out there that get on Jay-Z about his album and 444 being a pro-black album and why now. But if we go back to the Watch the Thrones, if we go back to the Blueprints, if we go back to the Reasonable Doubts, he was speaking this and bringing 444 to life in chapters early on. Maybe he didn't see the vision, but who's seen visions the way they need to be seeing them at 21, 22, 24? But you've seen the seeds getting planted very, very early on. So we can't, that naysay, that has to be erased, because if we go back and really dig into those albums, he was planting those seeds early on. Now, to get on how you said about the streaming service and how he just said no to people owning anything, like it's so powerful in Roc Nation Sports. Kevin Durant, coming off a title, he's probably going to be the top face, if not definitely competing with LeBron James as the face of the NBA. Jay-Z owns that. You feel me? So shout out to Jay-Z, man. It's the blueprint, no pun intended, to how we all as entrepreneurs, black entrepreneurs, to see it. Ownership of everything, 100% of all.
Jay-Z also spoke about, one of the reasons why he birthed these companies, in particular Roc Nation Sports, and he wanted to make sure, because he spoke about athletes and entertainers running through hundreds of millions of dollars because, lack of money management skills. So one of the main things he talked about was, having them as like a money management firm, overseeing their contracts, making sure, you know, that they're not getting shitted out of deals, making sure they owning everything, they got control over their image, and they're not getting 360'd out. You know, talk about that aspect also, you know, what Jay-Z spoke on in that interview. It was a powerful interview. I don't think nobody has dissected it like we about to do right now.
I mean, you think about it. You put your entire life into a body of work. You write the records. You think about these records. You put your heart and soul into these records. You think about the production. You take care of every nook and cranny. You put your soul into it to watch it manifest and to grow into something huge where millions and millions of people are gravitating to, and you changing people's lives out here, and they're telling you, and you're seeing that connection, and you're seeing the hard work reap its benefits, only for you to get 10% of that. Only for you to get nothing from that. For someone else to be above you and above you to tell you that they dictate how to go, and you don't even realize before you even hit the booth, they own your ass. That's what Jay-Z, in a nutshell, not even in a nutshell, that's what Jay-Z's blatantly saying they will not do to him. Sean Carter, they will not do to him. Now, I mean, it's like I said, it just goes to show you it's the blueprint on how he sees the black image should be, and it's something that we should all lean to go upon, man. It's something definitely powerful. If you put in your whole entire body of work, now not to dive too deep, but I know a lot of people in a lot of situations where they put a lot of their music and a lot of their stuff out there, and they're getting penny pitched by the minute, and it makes you hate what you do, and it's not supposed to be like that. It's not supposed to be like that at all. It takes a beautiful thing and makes it terribly ugly, and that's why you see a lot of people falling into depression, falling into the drugs, falling into the suicides. You know what I mean? Because they make it. They make it terrible for you, man. You work your whole life to climb this mountain only to realize they're going to kick your ass right off the second you get there. What's good? It's your boy Sam Ant. I need all of y'all right now to go to Viral Hip Hop News. You'll see the link above or in the description box right now. Go subscribe to the fastest rising hip hop channel on YouTube today. Hip Hop News Uncensored's old grad stamps of approval. This message right here. Go subscribe right now. I appreciate each and every one of y'all to jump from Hip Hop News Uncensored to Viral Hip Hop News. I promise to give y'all content blasting on a daily. While you're up there, hit the notification bell 2 times to don't miss a single thing that Viral Hip Hop News drops. Always raw, real, uncut, and if it's up to y'all, it is Viral Hip Hop News. Subscribe right now.
What up, Slow John? It's about Viral Hip Hop News right now. It's late night. Nigga, fuck this. You don't even need to know what I'm doing, nigga. Get the fuck out of here. Viral Hip Hop News.
Oh, what a wonderful feeling. What a feeling to be winning. What a feeling to be hip hop. What a feeling to be. Oh, what a wonderful feeling. Nigga, we made it. What a feeling to be winning. Fuck y'all. What a feeling to be.